Hello, my wonderful, wonderful gentlemen. I'm so glad you guys are here with me. Just move my chair over. That's better. That's better. How are you guys? It's so fabulous to be here. Guys, guess what? I got some new reader glasses. I'm just trying to figure out. Honestly, I'm just going to be vain. This is going to be the first time you guys are going to see me stand up in my lingerie. But what needs to be done is this. It just needs more light. Guys are like, that's what she actually looks like. That's what's going on underneath. Yes, but I needed better light. Listen, I'm a vain woman at the end of the day. At the end of the day. So guys, I got some new readers. Super excited about that. I am so excited to do this live Q&A with you guys. So if you're new here, my name is Arica Angelo, and I am a dating and relationship expert. I've been serving men for over 12 years, and I help you guys become the kind of man that you can't resist. But here's the most important part. Are you ready? While not losing yourself or her. Because what's the point of like learning all of this stuff to like get a woman and then you lose yourself in the process? It's not worth it. So it's very important for me as a coach that you men feel empowered with women, that you don't feel victimized with women, that you feel in control. Oh gosh, I don't know if you guys can hear these, but these notifications are so loud on the computer. That you feel in charge, you feel in control with where your relationships are going, that you don't feel like you're just like a victim to circumstance of what happens to this, what happens to that. You as a man feel empowered. So that's my heart for you guys, is that not only that you feel empowered with women, but damn it, that you feel loved in the process. Because, there are a lot of men that get women, but still don't feel love inside. And that's the whole point. It's like, it's why we're here on this planet, is to be loved and to love. And so I think that's just my heart for all you guys. And I don't know if I communicate that enough, but my heart is for you guys to be connected to love, and any barriers that inhibit you, that keep you separated from love. Like, that's my role as a coach and as your guide, is to help remove those barriers so that love can flow freely into your life, safely into your life, joyfully into your life. So with that being said, what kind of questions do we have here? James says, man, F that lingerie. Go live in some tight ass shorts and a little shirt. Oh, okay, boy. You directed my YouTube channel over here. Okay. Oh, he's got more directions for me, right? James says, tie your hair up all sexy. Come up with some erotic conversation. That will steam things up a lot more. Just a suggestion. Thank you, naughty boy. So Ninja Wolf always comes in hot, guys. He comes in hot with the questions. He's like, I don't deserve to be alone. You're right. Everyone deserves to have someone. Does God need me to have a soulmate so he can make sure that I'll be satisfied for who I got? I mean, does God need you to have a soulmate? In my opinion, God's desire is, what is your desire? Do you desire to have a soulmate? Some guys don't desire that. Is that your desire? And if it is your desire, ask yourself, am I putting myself in the position so that I can find this soulmate? Or am I just hanging out and hiding behind YouTube videos? Am I actually getting out and talking to women? Have I developed some social skills? Have I healed my trauma? Have I healed my inner child wounds that circumvent everybody from finding love? Have I addressed that shit? Like, ask yourself those questions, boo. Arica, this is from Eric. Eric, I wonder where you're from. Eric Renberg. Erica, I tried real hard to find a date for Valentine's Day, but no lady would go out with me. Very sad. What do I do? Babe, I don't know if you followed my advice, but my advice from last week was not to go out and find a Valentine's Day date, because that's like an intimate thing for people who are in relationships, right? So what I advised you guys to do, which I'm curious if anyone on here actually did it, because what's the point of me giving advice if you boys aren't out doing it? My advice to you was to get a group of friends and to go to restaurants where you know women would be, and you guys dress up, look dapper, look sexy, give her some sex appeal to work with, and show up there where a bunch of single ladies are. You know, go to the spots, you know your town, you know where ladies like to hang out. Go to that restaurant where they're having a single girls dinner. Show up with your boys, introduce yourself, and get a date that way in terms of not for that night, but in the future. This is from Bryson Flowers. He says, "Ah, oh, damn it, it jumped. It jumped. It jumps on me." He says, "I know one obvious sign she wants to have sex with you is when she starts wearing see-through clothes and touches me. But if she's the kind of girl who does this regularly, what trait do I do next?" So you're saying that this girl walks around with see-through clothes and she just goes touching on all dudes? Is that what you're trying to say? I'm like, who's this girl? Tell me about this girl. What trait do I look next? You know what? It's not about what trait. Like, if she's touching on you, being like, this is what you say, because you want to like take things to the next level. You say this, girl, if you keep touching on me that way, I'm gonna have to take you on a date and keep you all to myself, and then we'll have to see where things go from there. Make it intimate. Don't if she's just touching all guys, like, be like, no, I'm gonna single you off. I'm gonna take you away from everyone. You and I are going on a date, and I'm gonna make you all mine, and then from there we're gonna see where things go between you and I. Chris Lesser says, "Hi Erica, good to see you. I wish I could see you. I wish I could see you guys. Thank you, babe." Trying to stay, Jason Olson says, "I'm trying to stay warm in Texas." Yeah, so my family all live in Texas, and they are, oh man, I just saw a sad comment. All my family's in Texas, and I'm seeing the pictures, and I'm like, snow in Texas. It's just the most bizarre thing. Someone says, "Wow, a rare full body shot of Erica." And then Fee, oh man, that's not what I want to hear. He's like, "Erica, thick." Oh, I don't want to hear I'm thick. I don't want to hear that. I like the glasses. Hello. Yep, I'm ready for you. I can hear you. Love the glasses. Someone, Shane, let me say your name, babe. Shane Pimpa Chan says, "Your encouragement empowers me for the week." That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Bringing that fire that lasts all week long, baby. It's like the bonfire that doesn't die. I love it. Minnesota. Thank you, Jeffrey, for being here. People said something. So guys, these are for like your questions for me. All right. So whatever questions you have, like, this is the time to ask me. Okay. In this small window. But Cheeple says this is quite interesting. He says, "I block myself from love." He says, "But I still enjoy booty." So Cheeple, like, great. Love that you love having sex. Awesome. Who doesn't, right? But at the end of the day, it's when you do that, you're always in a hustle to like find the next booty. And so what happens is you never actually develop a sense of fulfillment by connecting and letting someone see you and nurture you and champion you. And so when you don't have those things, there's that void that remains. Now, you have to ask yourself, why? Why am I blocking myself from love? Because, can I just be real with you guys? I think guys who just chase ass for their whole lives are cowards. They're like total cowards, because there's some traumatic thing in their life that happened that they are too pussy to go and confront, address, and heal. Like, I remember my therapist saying this. This was like so clever. Like, sometimes he would like want me to talk about things. I'm like, oh, I don't want to talk about that from the past, but that's what I was there for. So I would talk about it. And he would say this, "Erica, babe, he didn't say babe, but I say babe." He's like, "Erica, you've already lived through this. You lived through this." So a lot of guys, when you're just chasing ass, it's like, I am scared to connect with someone. I don't want a woman to leave I don't want to get rejected. I don't know what safe love looks like because mom and dad had a jacked up marriage. Dad left when I was 7, whatever the case may be. Babe, you already lived through it. Heal that shit. What you're doing when you don't heal that shit is you're living from the ramifications of someone else's choice. And now you are reacting to life out of that instead of responding to it. And that's not what my emotional warriors do. No. Emotional warriors get the tools, the empowerment, the healing that they need so that they can respond to life and not live life out of a reaction-based perspective. Where is this at? Damn, it just disappeared. That's a great. Someone says, ever been with a black man? These Q&A about my sex life, you guys. This is about you. Thank you, though. What's joy? That's such a great question because I think joy is something, we talk about happiness a lot, but joy is a thing that you feel. It's like a sense of like you're elated. There is happiness connected, but it's a sense of fulfillment. It's like, it's not because life worked out the way you wanted to. It's a sense of like something that you carry on the inside. It's like, okay, like that bird just shit on my head. A person with joy is gonna be like, oh my God, like that means I'm lucky. How do I get this shit out of my hair? Like a person who has joy, like it's a stable happiness. I'm saying you're happy all the time, but it's a consistency of feeling delighted with life. That's it's so beautiful. Sometimes these things come out of my mouth. I'm like, wow, that's really good, Arica. You should write that down for yourself. Joy is like when you live from a place, a state within where you are delighted with life. And it shows. You express that by being grateful, by expressing gratitude, by being in that place when you connect with other people and they feel it from you and they mirror it back to you and they say, I always feel this way when I'm in your presence. Next question. Let's see. Oh, that's a really good question. Let me get to that. Let me just scroll. Damn. Okay. William says, I was interested in a woman I met a few months ago. She seemed interested, but when I got her number, it felt like a loss. She hasn't replied. Did I wait too long? So when you get a woman's number, take action immediately. Be like, listen, beautiful to meet you. I would love to see you. Give her a date, give her a time, give her a location. Make it happen and make it happen quick. Why? Because it shows her that you're a man who's in charge and you're an action taker. And that's like those alpha male traits that women really grasp onto. It's like, oh, this is an actual man. But when a guy just takes forever, it's like, oh, well, I'm clearly a byproduct in his life. I'm not a priority. He's not making any time. He went through the effort to get my phone number, but he hasn't done shit about it. And it's like, well, if he's going to waste my time, then why should I give him any more time? So yes, don't ever wait too long. Learn from your mistakes, William. Don't do that again. Eric, this is a great question. He says, Q&A. Hey, Arica, does a guy have to be physically fit to attract beautiful women? Listen, I'm not going to bullshit you. It's nice when a guy's physically fit, right? It's nice. Like I think every person should just love themselves, and because it's healthy to be fit. Like first and foremost, do it for yourself because you love you. And do women like physically fit men? Of course they do. But I have said this in other videos. I have seen guys who are overweight, balding, whatever, and get beautiful women, and not because they had tons of money. Get beautiful women because they were just super confident, super comfortable in their skin. And most of the time they were funny. But yeah, they're just like powerhouses in their own right. They just kind of go through life and it's like, I'm living life on my own terms. I am my own person. I do my own thing and this is who I am. And life is great because I'm doing life as me, the way I want to do it on my own terms. And I see guys who have that kind of attitude get some of the most attractive women, and it leaves everyone else scratching their head. Of course, it doesn't for me because I'm like, I know what he's doing. Like, he's confident, he's comfortable in his skin, and people want that. We gravitate towards that. So, not being physically fit is not the end all be all, but one, you should do it for yourself. Like, even for those bald guys who or and overweight guys who get a girl, it's like, get physically fit because it's healthy and you love yourself. That's why you want to do it. But it's not the all be all. And Cheeple says, so I was talking to Cheeple and he was like, I block people, but I just chase booty. I get booty. And I said, typically when guys do this, this is because of some form of trauma that they're running from. And Sheeple says, it's true. I was abused by my mom. So, my darling, I would invite you to ask yourself, do I want to continue to live from that traumatic past? Or do I want to heal, redeem, and reclaim myself so that this doesn't have to keep me in this void, this emptiness of constantly chasing ass? Actually let someone in to be loved. And of course, we're not going to let someone do that until we get healed in those places. And so that's why I really encourage you guys, like, if you haven't done my emotional warrior program, that's a big aspect of that. I mean, it's pretty, we talk about things like trauma in there and how to reclaim yourself as a man. Because a lot of men, let me say this, a lot of men have been a lot of trauma behind the scenes that no one knows about. And men are really good at hiding that because society says you can't cry, you can't speak, you just basically have to be this robot. And so you have a lot of men walking through life with a lot of heartbreak inside, heartbreak that they're not willing to address because they've been traumatized in their past. And no one has said, hey, you have a right to be healed. You have a right to reclaim what happened in the past. You have a right to rewrite your story, that you don't have to live out of someone else's transgressions against you, that you can actually get healing from that, that you can actually create an opportunity for you to live a life where you feel whole, fulfilled, and open to be loved because you do deserve it. Jason says, what is the right way to chase after a woman? I believe that the right way to chase after a woman is to pursue her, but also be about your own business. What I mean by that is when you're pursuing a woman, you don't stop your whole world just for her. You don't stop hanging out with your buddies. You don't stop doing your business. You don't stop your workout regimen. You don't stop your hobbies. You keep going about your life, but you let your intentions known, like, I want to see you and I want to see you here and I want to see you there. But then she needs to know that you have a life. So she can't go and dictate your schedule. She can't say, like, well, I want to see you on Wednesday. Look, babe, I'd love to see you on Wednesday, but Wednesdays is this night that I do this. That's a non-negotiable for me. I'm happy to see you on Thursday. I would love to see you on Thursday. Let's make that happen. A woman's going to respect that because that's a form of boundaries. That's the right way to chase a woman. Okay, next question. Let's see. So Ray Thomas says, Arica, explain emotional warriors more. I think that's a great question because it is something I talk about and I talk about a lot. And because it's a phrase that I've come up with, I've coined myself. People are like, well, what exactly is that? So this most simple way that I explain it to you guys is because I've done a lot of videos on the alpha male. And what I say is this, an emotional warrior, he is the alpha male, does life from his heart. So a lot of advice about alpha males is like a bunch of like external stuff, which some of that stuff is very important. And I've talked about that stuff, and that stuff is very important. It's how you demonstrate your value and your sense of self-worth to a woman. But it's a man who does it from the heart. And so this is what I say. If you go to that Emotional Warrior page, I put it in the chat link. I can do it again. One thing that I say on that page when you're reading, like, is this program right for me? One thing I say is this is the key reason, and this is why I know a lot of guys are so frustrated with dating advice, with dating coaches, with pickup artists, with seduction, with whatever methods that are out there right now. I don't want to name any of them specifically because, you know, to some of them there is some credibility to some of their work. But this is why most dating advice fails men, and why men are so frustrated with dating advice is because most dating advice takes you through logic and it doesn't take you through the heart. And so you have a lot of men doing everything that a dating coach has told them to do. They've become good looking, they got the right job, they're talking, they're approaching women, they're getting women on dates, maybe they're even having sex, but they're still not making that connection that they deeply crave. Why is that? Because they haven't gone through the heart. And so a lot of things that stop us from going through the heart is what I said earlier to Cheeple. He said, my mom abused me. Like, a lot of men carry so much trauma that blocks them from accessing their hearts. But guess what? When you connect with a woman, guess where you can intellectually, yeah, you can do it physically. But what is it that keeps a woman around? It's when you connect with her. And the only way that you can keep her around is by you being connected to your heart. And so a lot of men cannot connect to their hearts because they've had so much hidden trauma in their past, and so much abuse or neglect. You know, some people may have not been physically abused, but man, the amount of men that I talk to who have been neglected by their parents, who have not been emotionally taken care of, so many men that I've talked to that have come from narcissists, live their life walking on eggshells, trying to please women. So then they get friend zoned, then they become the nice guy. And I'm like, until you get those areas in your heart healed and know what it feels like to actually live from your heart and like be excited and have that joy that comes from your heart, you constantly keep hitting your head against the wall. So that's what I mean by the emotional warrior. He's the alpha male who goes at life through the heart. And it takes courage to be able to face what is inside of your heart. And some of you guys are like, how do I even access my heart? Like, I teach my private clients like how to like facilitate a relationship with the heart, because it's monumental. So if you don't know how to do that, be sure to check out that Emotional Warrior program. Oh wait, it just jumped again. Where was my last question? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, some of you guys, some of the stuff you say, you know what? Some of the random things that you guys comment, and sometimes it pops up on my phone, and I will just cry. I will just, I'm reading and talking. I'll just start crying, laughing, because some of it's so freaking funny. I heard one guy, I don't know what my video was like, why women don't like you or something like this. And this guy wrote this comment, but this is how I read it out loud to myself. I called like 5 people and I was like, this is what someone commented on the video. And I was just crying and laughing. It's like, why women aren't interested in you or something like that. And one guy commented, and this is how I heard it when I read it on my phone. This is how I heard it. Ready? Because they too stupid to love me. I don't know why, but I read the comment that, and I was just crying, laughing for whatever reason. That's how I heard it. Because they too stupid to love me back. And I was like, fair play, man. Fair play. All right. So, Eric, you're so welcome. Absolutely. Next question. Fire Spirit. Erica, I would like to marry you. What about next month? Well, let's see. Let me think about what next month holds for me. So Bill maybe says, hi, Erica, should I go after a woman I have a crush on, but she has a boyfriend? She's a former coworker of mine. She is unavailable. And so, Bill, why are you chasing women that are unavailable? You can be nice to her. You can take her out for coffee. But if you're constantly chasing unavailable women, guess what you're doing? You are blocking yourself from women who are actually available for you. So, babe, don't shoot yourself in the foot. Sure, be nice. Take this girl for coffee. Like, get that question answered yourself. Like, why am I so obsessed with this girl? Like, have that question answered. But make yourself available to women who are actually available. Because the quicker you can get to a no is the quicker that you can get to yes. Let me say that again. This works in business. This works in love. This works in saying no to the wrong foods, anything. The quicker you are to say no, the quicker you are to get to your yes. More question. How could anybody not like you, Arica? Believe me, there are folks out there that don't. And I'm okay with that. Okay. Any more questions? This is a great question. Hey, Arica, do you think dating sites work for finding females? I tried it a few and it didn't work for me. What do you think about those dating sites? Absolutely. I believe in dating sites because dating sites are going to expose you. I should like create my own or something like that. I actually do believe in them. Here's the problem. Here is the problem. Do you want to know what the problem? Dating sites work, yes, because they expose you to women that you would never be exposed to. Sometimes people meet and they live a block. I've heard people, they're like, we lived 1 block away from each other, or we lived down the same street, and we never ran into each other until we got on the dating app. Like this crazy thing. I literally had this many years ago. I met this guy for a drink in Beverly Hills, and I lived like outside of Beverly Hills. So we go into Beverly Hills, we have a drink, and somehow we start talking. We have birthdays and we have the same birthday, which we're like, that's so cool. And I'm like, I don't believe you. Let me see your driver's license. He pulls out his driver's license and I was like, you're right by me. We follow each other home in our cars because we're going down the same direction. The guy lived around the corner from me. Apparently he walked by my house with his dog all the time. We never, ever saw each other. So yes, dating sites can make some magic happen. This is why most men suck at them, because men don't know how to market themselves. Women are great at marketing themselves. They know how to put on the right makeup. They know how to do the right angles. They know how to do this. You see guys, I mean, you get on, if you had asked one of your girlfriends, can I look at your dating app and just look at the guys on there? The pictures are terrible. They're like this, like, here's a picture of them. And they're like, and you're like, and they're like, it doesn't work. Or they're like this and dating app, like, and they're like, why doesn't the dating app work? I'm like, because you're not marketing yourself well. This woman has no idea what a great heart you are, what a great body you have. They don't know any of this. All they see are the pictures that you're putting up for them to see. And most guys put the shittiest pictures. And it's an easy fix. All you got to do, have a good iPhone, everyone now has a smartphone. Have one of your girlfriends go, hey, can you help me pick out some clothes? Can you take some decent shots of me? She's a girl. She's going to know. Put you up some new pictures and then start having a banter with women. Start teasing them. Have fun with them. All right. Dating sites are not a scam. There are scammers everywhere. Not just because you've had a couple scams does not mean all dating sites are a scam. So Irvin has a great question. He says, thank you for being new. He says he's new to my channel, and I'm probably going to wrap it up with this question. And he says this, he says, do you think someone who's remained single for years at a time has something wrong with them? Yes and no. Yes, there's something wrong with them, because if they're just hiding from love, and so they're spending their time just away, they're just hanging out at the bars, but they're not actually connecting and talking to people. They're not being proactive with their life to improve themselves. Yes, that's a problem. I have known people who have gone on breaks for years just so that they can rebuild themselves. Like sometimes when you come out of a bad breakup, or let's say like you watch a video like mine, you're like, whoa, I should probably heal my trauma. Like some people just go, I need a break and I'm going to take a couple years off for me. There's nothing wrong with that. The question, Irvin, is what are they doing with their time in those years? Are they improving themselves? Are they healing themselves? Are they evolving? Each year, do they become a better person? Or are they squandering their time? That's whether they're doing it healthy or unhealthy. All right, guys, you know I love you so much. You know I would love to stay here and talk to you forever because it's so much fun. I still am going to surprise you with some rando live live videos. So know that that is coming. But guys, know this. Know that you have what it takes. I am here to be your guide. I am here to bring you back to yourself, to remove all those barriers that keep you from love. Because you know what? You are loved. Love is already here. You just may have some walls that keep you from it. And if you do, then hello, do that emotional warrior program. Yeah, remove those walls. Every single one of us, like we deserve love. We're made for love. Like in our DNA is love. We are made out of love. But I'm just here to help you remove those barriers so that you can actually come to terms and come to peace within yourself so that you can actually be loved. You can find love. You can actually receive love and keep love in your life. So you have what it takes. There's no doubt about it. But some of you got to get off your lazy asses and do something. You know who I'm talking to. You know who I'm talking to. But know this, in this moment, my dear, you are so loved. I love doing these videos with you. I can't wait to do another one with you. Sending you guys so much love. See you in the next one. And if you're just watching this at the tail end, it should be up for you from the beginning. So go do that and check out that Emotional Warrior site. And if you haven't subscribed, you're missing out, bro. Get on Team ALO. Subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, comment. I love you guys. Bye.